All right, so here's the answer key for your lab work. If I'm correct, everything on the right side is everything that we talked about in the notes. Is that true? And what I did for the work on the left side is also all the work I did on the notes. Is that true? Okay? So, now, some of you guys might say, hey, oops, let's use this. All right, so oh, that's not it. I don't even know what you guys looked at, actually. Yeah. So what happened was I was starting to get a dry spot on my cheek, and I was trying to figure out why and what's causing it and how I can prevent it, then take care of it. That's why the question. So number one, when I put this problem in ChatGPT, notice what it says. It set the denominator equal to 0, right? Is that what we did in class? No. So again, I don't mind you guys using this as long as we combine it with notes. In class, we did x squared minus 1 not equaling to 0. That always helps me separate who's just copying versus who's actually connecting it back to notes.
So how do they do it without equaling it to 0?
It's just the not equal to 0. That's the only difference. It's still plus or minus 1, yeah. Yes, yes, I understand. Oh, it's not. I'm not saying it's wrong. But the problem is, how do I identify someone that's copying this compared to what is usually taught, which is this? How do I identify who cheated and who did not? But there's the reason why I say that, and the whole idea is that the denominator can't equal to 0, right? That's the reason why I use the denominator and write the equation that cannot equal to 0. That's why I write that. And that's what would differentiate something different than what is usually taught and what I usually find online. Yep. I don't disagree with you by any means. I agree with you. That's the reason why I only took off 1 point. Yes. Okay. So here's what I did next. So what I did next was ask for the general guidelines. Right? What would be the general guidelines that I could use to help me solve a similar problem? So started talking about that, right? Now, here is where I think I should mark some of you guys down to 10%. Because some of you guys literally wrote down all real numbers except the values that make the denominator 0. That's a true statement. I even said it in class, but I didn't write it down. Next question, next thing. It says write the domain in interval notation. If I was to teach you to write that domain in interval notation, Would you look at me cross-eyed if I didn't explain to you what interval notation was? Right? Some of you guys would be able to do it, no problem. Some of you guys would be like, I don't know what interval notation is. If I told you to write the domain in set builder notation, would you know what to write? No. So would you just write the domain in set builder notation? Because whoever's reading those directions is going to be like, what is that? Is that fair? But this is the reason why I did this. Because in class, did I not show a number line? And because of those restrictions, that's why I call R1, R2, so that I can actually show what interval notation is. Yeah. I don't remember. So, yes. So, yes.
I missed class last week. So, would there ever be a thing on the test where it'd be closed circle, or is it usually always open?
The restrictions are always open circle. Okay? It's always open circle. I think that today, the way we run review class today, I think you guys are going to start understanding why I've asked for all of these what we knows. Okay? Now, some of you guys might say, hey, I don't know why this is a big deal, blah, blah, blah. I want to explain something to you. So, for the intermediate algebra students, just so you guys know, anytime they say the word factor, I already told them that they're supposed to write this all down. GCF, look at what's left, 4 terms what to do, 3 terms what to do, 2 terms what to do. They have to write all of that down. And if some of you guys are not good at factoring, you probably should also write all of that down. Because here's the bottom line. How many of you guys are really good at factoring? That you don't need that sheet and you can factor like this.
Enough practice. We did it every day.
If you didn't do enough practice, it's the ones that are struggling, yes? Now, here's the other part. Oops, sorry. Here's the other part. I still have a student that doesn't know the difference between odd and even numbers. The different, not even odd functions, even odd numbers. So if you're wondering why I have to go into so much detail into what we know, I think you should think about that student. We'll rename them to Susie Q. Now sitting here, Susie Q. You looked over like she's saying over there. Is she cute? Can I take shortcuts? But here's exactly what it is. Because if you were to say, just factor that, she might be like, what do you mean? How? But maybe what some of us might need to do is actually write all of this, right? It's kind of like, and here's the thing. What we know this week was this, right? They had to plug this -5 in, do order of operations. What did they do? They said, raise the -5 to the second power, multiply, combine like terms, which is exactly what was written in AI, combine like terms. Instead of saying order of operations, then spell it out. And they might not think it's a big deal because they're like, oh, everybody knows order of operations. Every single one of my classes, someone has screwed up order of operations. Mm-hmm. So I actually show them the same thing in chat and show them that the general guidelines actually says order of operation, PEMDAS, and it actually went through the whole thing so that they would understand. Okay? All right. So, back to y'all's. My first question to you guys is this. What questions do you guys have on lab work 10C? I'm going to first tell you that number 10 on 10C is going to be based on the Pythagorean theorem. It's based on the Pythagorean theorem. So you need to write a note down saying what the heck is it on the review? Okay. You answer your own question. Any questions on lab work 10C? I figured. That's why you don't have a question. No question means one of two things. I got everything or I haven't opened it yet. I've done this long enough that I know. On question 4.
I'm just kind of confused on what is it. I know how to solve it, but do you want us to graph it as well? It says determine the slope and the y-intercept of the graph of the equation.
So just determine the slope and. And what kind of line is it? Huh? It's a diagonal line because x is in the problem, y is in the problem in the equation, right? They're both to the first degree. That means it crosses the x-axis and the y-axis. So therefore, it has to be a diagonal line. Since it's a diagonal line, it has a slope and a y-intercept. That means we're going to get the y by itself, which is the slope-intercept form. On question 6. Thank you. Nope. It is certainly fine. So question 6 was actually a question that was messaged me on Sunday night. So that means someone actually started doing the lab work on Sunday night. And this was the question. Because most of the time, this would have a choice. And you can pick one of the equations that has a horizontal asymptote at 4. So they're asking, what am I expecting? So I'm glad you brought it up because I have explained to all the classes so far. So here's my question to you. What has to happen in an equation so that the horizontal asymptote would be equal, be y equals 4? What is equal? Starts with P, ends with hour. Exactly, very good. Wow, you're quick. That the largest power term on top and the largest power term on the bottom have the same power. Have to have the same power. And then what can you tell me about the coefficient of those two? Well, the ratio of the coefficient has to be a 4-to-1 ratio. So it could be 4 over 1, right? So like 4x squared over 1x squared. 8x to the 4th over 2x to the 4th. So you're going to state that, number 1, that the largest power term on the top and the largest power term on the bottom has to be equal. Their coefficients have to be on the ratio 4-to-1, right? Well, that's why the ratio 4-to-1, right? And then you can say, here's some examples, right? And like in the what we know, you might want to say, hey, the reason why that, or actually, you know what? You might want to write down all 3 examples of the horizontal asymptote. A times x to the n over b x to the m. But write down all 3 cases where n is greater than m, where n is less than m, and when n is equal to m, right? Because we could have a different question that says, where is it y equals 0? Where is it no horizontal asymptote? Well, those 3 cases would take care of that. Make sense? Okay? Cool? Any other questions? Okie dokie. Perfect. Okay, so here's what I want happening. I'm just going to go random. I don't care if you guys want to, you guys can slide your desks together and start working together. But I want your notebooks out. I want you guys to get ready to do some work. I don't care which direction you go. I don't care which direction you go. If you guys want to just be one big group, you're welcome to be that. Okay? So in class, they're going to actually go into groups right now. They're going to actually, I'm going to bring up a problem from the review, and they're going to work on it. And then they're going to talk to each other to say, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Where are you stuck? How can I help you? Right? That's what we're going to try to do. You guys can actually slide your desks together. You don't have to be so far apart. You guys ready for the first problem? Here's the first problem. I want you to find the vertical asymptote for this function. Go. If you need help, just raise your hand. I'll come by. So for the people at home, today's video is really just going to be mostly audio. So you probably won't see an attachment to, unless I write anything on the notability, then I'll export it. If not, mostly it's going to be by voice. So if you need to review, that's what you're going to review. We're doing this problem right now, and then I want you to assist anybody around you or get help from anybody around you. If you're looking for anything, you're right. You should be going to rational functions and their graph and go under the vertical asymptote section. Oh, look at all those notes. No, you're sharing. Wow, such a hard password. Did we do it here instead?
It's February.
Huh?
It's in February. Week 8. Not 25th.
Oh, it must be this one. No?
So you have to factor this essentially.
Yes.
Square root it.
There's a vertical asymptote. There's our three cases, right? Why does that line get there? Shouldn't be there, but. So what did I do? That says the denominator cannot equal to 0. Yes, you do share, by the way. Yep. It's the denominator that makes it.
I did. Okay, yeah, my bad. That's why.
You were trying to graph it. Is that right? You were trying to find. You were trying to find the y-intercept. But that's not what finding the vertical asymptote is about, right? It's about, so if you guys remember when I did the rational functions and their graph, right, guys? When I did find vertical asymptote, the first thing I wrote down was it's based on restrictions. Correct. The denominator can't equal to 0, so you've noticed that every single one says Find restrictions, the denominator can't equal to 0. Right? And because the denominator can't equal to 0 and nothing cancels out, they're both going to be vertical asymptotes. If something did cancel out, then it's going to be a hole, right? So here's my thing. As you guys are sharing, all right? Now, let me put it this way. As you guys are sharing, number one, maybe give them something that you would do or the way you think of it. Number two, for the ones that are learning from it, write down something that, like a key point that you need to remember. Right? Vertical asymptote, denominator can't equal to 0. Wherever that is your vertical asymptote. That's certainly fine. So, again, write down a note for yourself to remember what you're supposed to do. Any questions there? No problem. Are we okay there so far? You want graphing or you want to do transformation? We can graph. Let's do number 21. Let's graph this function. Now that we're graphing, we're going to have to go through all the steps, right? Skipping step 1, starting with step 2. And then you guys are welcome to share with each other how you would do it during the exam. Like that. Like how you would do it during the exam. Because some people won't do that during the exam. I know. No, that's fine. Finish it. Yeah.
It was like plus 9.
No.
Minus 9. Or no. Yeah, minus 9.
Why did you bring the 72 to the other side?
Oh, no, that was just an accident. That was like a typo. I meant to like. It's plus 72.
And the only reason why you can do what you just did is because A is equal to 1, just so you know. All right, let's start graphing this one. Well, yes. Yes. Well, you're graphing it. So you got to go through the steps, except for step 1, which is symmetry, right? So you got to start at step 2. Do you guys remember your steps?
Yeah, we're just talking. We know how to do the bottom, but
Yeah.
Sorry, I do like cancel. I just like.
But here's the thing: if you get step 2 done, and step 3 and step 4, it will probably tell you which graph it is. Without doing those steps, though, it's probably hard to tell which graph it is. Square root of -9 is not -3. Look at the notes. It is one of the cases, but that's not even, that's like step 3. You haven't done step 2 yet. What is step 2, guys? Find an x and y intercept. So find the intercepts first. What's the x-intercept? What's the y-intercept? You can't factor it. Oh, so we do need this. We do need go back to over here. Because if it's 2 terms, what's the question we have to ask ourselves? Is it the difference, meaning subtraction of 2 perfect squares? Is it subtraction? So we're not factorable. So you have to take the square root. So look in the notes again. Does it look a lot like case 2? And this is, again, step 3, not step 2. We're skipping step 1. It's on the notes. Do you see step 1?
Yeah, it's a freaking equation.
No, this is step 3. There's step 2. There's step 1. Sorry. Bad teacher. Huh? I know. She just likes to blame me on things.
I thought this was just the vertical arrow.
It is.
You put a freaking line, so it's like, okay, we're done.
That is the vertical asymptote, but there's other steps before that.
So it came out also equal -3 is -3 squared, -3 squared. Sorry. Yeah.
Plus 9 would be 18.
Oh, yeah.
Again, did you find step 2 yet?
It's
What's step 2?
step 2 is to set it equal to 0.
Here's step 2. It's find intercepts. Y-intercept is when
Y equals 0.
n-
Oh, no, sorry, when x equals 0.
correct. So y-intercept is when x equals 0. So go ahead and set the x equal to 0.
Y equals 0. 0.
Correct. So it would be 0, 0. What's the x-intercept? Is when y equals 0. When is the fraction equal to 0?
When the top is 0.
Okay.
Numerator is 0.
Okay. We'll make the numerator 0.
Oh, I did the denominator. Okay, yeah, 0.
So my x-intercept is 0, 0. My y-intercept is 0, 0. On to step 3. Find your vertical asymptote. Is it case 1, case 2, or case 3? Case 2. Correct. Well, you did step 3. You're not skipping. You just did step 3.
So if I'm going to solve for my x-intercept and I set my
Y equals 0.
so I'm essentially just setting this equal to 0.
Correct. So look at what it says right here. The fraction is equal to 0 when the numerator is equal to 0. So to see if when that fraction equals to 0, that means the 5x squared has to equal to 0. So just write that equation. Nope, just 5x squared equals to 0.
So then you've got 0, comma 5x, which is not.
No, you got to solve for x. You set the y equal to 0. Right? Look at this. I set the y equal to 0. Well, the fraction is equal to 0 when the numerator is equal to 0 and solve for x. So you got to solve for x. Why are you minus 5 for?
So you gotta get x by itself.
What's the operation between the 5 and x squared?
What's the what?
Operation. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? Between the 5 and the x squared.
Or subtracting, dividing. You gotta divide it out.
This is 5 plus x squared. 5 divided by x squared. 5.
Times.
So what's the opposite of times?
Divide.
So I would divide by 5, not minus 5. All right, what's the horizontal asymptote? It's 5. Because the largest power term and the largest power term on the bottom has the same power. So we look at the coefficient, which is 5 over 1, which is 5. Okay, so let's plot those points. So I got 0, 0. I have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 5. So I might want to plot some points around 0, 0. I'm going to guess it's going to go like this and flatten out. Because the horizontal asymptote is about the end behavior. So towards negative infinity and positive infinity, it's got to go towards 5. And it's starting at 0, 0. So it's got to rise up and flatten out. Now, how would you guys do this problem on the exam? Are you going to put it, you're going to give me all 4 steps on the exam? You could do process of elimination because you know 0, 0, you know that there's a horizontal asymptote, so that will kind of tell you which graph it already is. What else can you do? Now, I do want you guys to realize, you guys can share with each other. I don't have a problem. I am not going to give you easy ways. I'm a process man. Right? So if I had a choice, I would tell you do exactly what you're doing. But is there anything that you guys would like to share with the rest of class of how you would do this problem on the exam? It is multiple choice. I understand. I'm confirming. So
On the practice test, there's only one that's at kind of at 5. You know?
mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I would still double check like the vertical asymptote.
Yeah, confirm the x-intercept, the y-intercept. Yep.
There's only one on the practice test that is basically at 5.
Yep. But you're not going to know to skip to step 4, right? That's the issue. That's where the issue is. Anybody else have a different method? Nobody? Okay. Go ahead.
For my y-intercept, I got x equals 0.
Yep. So it'll be 0, 0. So you got x, because you set the y equal to 0, your x is equal to 0, so it's 0, 0. And then your x-intercept is also 0, 0. Your y-intercept is 0, 0. Okay, let's do number 23. You have 60 feet of fencing to enclose a rectangular plot that borders on a river. If you do not fence along the river, find the length and the width of the plot that will maximize the area. My question is, why do we like to start off sentences with, I'm not going to lie? I think we should try, just for one day. Just for one day, I want you guys to try this. Start off with, I'm going to lie to you. I hate your hair. It's atrocious. I want you guys to try one day. Start every single conversation with, I'm going to lie to you. And then just tell a lie. Just to see like how people will react. When you go back to work today, I want you to just start saying, I'm going to lie to you. That outfit is awful.
Awesome.
Learn so much. All right, so number 1, how many sides, what kind of plot line do I have? Okay, draw a rectangle. Yes, 23. 23. So I want you to label the 3 sides that you're going to fence. I would call it length and width myself, but you can call it A and B if you want to. X and Y if you want to, but I would call it length and width. So, nope, nope. Just label the 3 sides that you're going to do. The 3 sides, not the 3 corners, 3 sides. No, you got the 2 sides. What's the 3rd side? Okay, perfect, perfect. Did everybody label their 3 sides? That's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not stupid. It's okay. No big deal. There's nothing wrong. Yes? So the 60 is covering those 3 sides, right? So write that equation. The 60 is going to cover those 3 sides. Now, you guys are all going to have different equations. It's okay. So the 60 is going to cover W plus L plus W, so it would be L plus 2W, right? Yeah. Write down. Your 60 is going to cover what? Plus. So 60 is equal to 2L plus W. Is that right? And yours is 2W plus L. Awesome. You're good? Okay. So now here's my next question. We're trying to maximize area. What's area for a rectangular plot? Length times width. Write that down. Length times width. It doesn't matter. It's still length times width, right? Because it's L times W, W times L is the same thing. So now, I'm maximizing area, so I have to keep the area formula. Right? So that means my 60, my fencing equation, I got to plug that into the area equation. I see this. So I got to take the 60 equals whatever and isolate one of the variables, and then so I can plug it into the area equation. Why do you do this? Oh, wait a minute. No, no, I was wrong. I was wrong. Oops.
Don't you wish you had that?
No. No. That looks better. So right here, when I get this,
Yeah.
and I plug in here,
Yeah. But where's the W, right?
I plug the W in here.
Or does it disappear because it's...
I'm plugging into the area equation.
So equals...
I replace the W with this.
Got you.
Yes?
Yeah.
I
length.
set it up.
If you want to get W, you gotta set 8 times length. So you gotta do length times.
What?
So where's your problem? I mean, you're fine. So A is equal to length times that, right? So that's exactly what you got here. So your area is equal to 60L minus 2L squared, because you want to distribute, right?
Mm-hmm. So you could see basically.
So this is my standard form,
Yeah, yeah. Now you find your A, your B.
or you're finding your axis of symmetry because I'm in standard form, right? Okay, so that's in standard form. So when it's in standard form, I have to find my axis of symmetry first. And the axis of symmetry is, in this case, whatever your L or W is. Yours is L, so you'll say L is equal to negative B over 2A. Which is negative 60 over 2 times negative 2, which is equal to 15. So you just found your length to be 15. And you would find, yep, you'll find your length to be 15. Because again, you're looking for your axis of symmetry, which is negative B over 2A. It's positive 15. Isn't that 15?
Yeah.
So why'd you change the negative? Axis of symmetry is a line. It'd be a vertical line. Yes, anything to the left of that vertical line is the same as whatever's on the right of the vertical line. All right.
You have to.
So again, this is in standard form.
That's standard.
In the standard form, I have to do the axis of symmetry, which, since these are L's, is equal to negative B
That's what I was forgetting.
over 2A.
You have to remember that, and this would be A minus B minus C. C would be 0, but we're only using A and B, so B would be negative 2, negative 4.
So that means your L is equal to 15. How much fencing do you have left? Well, your W would be 15. Because remember how I said that you got to say what this is equal to. Which in this case, because these are W's, your W is equal to 15. So yeah, your W is 15, your L is 15. Yep. So if your L is 15 and L is 15, how much fencing do you have left? You have 60. So you got 30 feet of fencing left, right?
So this is a square.
No.
Oh, no, yeah.
Definitely not a square.
30.
It's okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's take a look. Uh-huh.
Why wouldn't it be negative?
Well, first of all, he doesn't want to do 2W and 2L because he's only doing 3 sides. So the 60 is only covering this,
3, okay.
right? So he only wants the W plus W plus L. So he really wants the 60 to equal to 2W plus L.
Okay.
And then get the L by itself, so it's right there. So the L is going to equal to 60 minus 2W, and then plug it back in here. So that you have area is equal to, that's the L,
I'm like 3 get 30? Because it would have been 30?
No, because of the 2.
Okay, got it.
So he divided everything by 2 to get that.
Okay.
So he wants this to be. So he's taking this right here and plug it into here to
Okay.
get that. That's what he's supposed to do.
Okay. I'm like, why did he do this?
No, well, this is because, so over here I get this, right? If I distribute this back in, I get,
Got it. Okay, and then that's where you get.
so you'll get W is equal to negative B over 2A, and W equal to negative 60 over 2 times negative 2. The W will equal to 15.
Okay.
But that's
alright.
15 and 15 and 30.
30. Okay. All right. Okay, look at this.
Are you guys helping?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so
I use the
lost.
different. I just,
I'm lost how you put it into the A equals.
Okay. Okay. So this is what you guys got here, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be 60 equals 2L plus W. Right? The area equals length
Times what?
times width. Right? So here I can get W by itself. Right? Let's plug that in here. Replacing W with this.
Oh, okay.
See that?
Yeah, I see that.
Just substitution. So I got
And that's where you do the axis of symmetry. I was just confused how to get to this part.
cool. Are we okay? Are we okay? Are we okay? Do I have questions? All right, how do I do transformations? What is the first step in transformations? Before I even deal with that. Before I even do that. Here, let me go back to the transformation notes for you guys. Something to do with that. What was the first step we did before we even dealt with the equation? What did we do first? Read it right off of there. 4 points from the parent function. That's what we did, yes? Okay. So that's the first thing we would do is choose 4 points from the parent function. Great. So, is the parent function 1 over x or 1 over x squared? Why is it 1 over x and not 1 over x squared? Because if you look at the denominator, is this term right here squared or to the first degree? Does that make sense? That's why that is my parent function. If this was parentheses squared, then I would do this. So we're going to make a table with this equation. Got it? I would not. I would probably use -2, -1, 1, and 2. That's what I would use. I would use -2, -1, 1, and 2. Why did I skip 0? What's 1 divided by 0? Undefined. If you type it in a calculator, it would flip you off.
Well, I don't have a smart calculator that does that.
You have a phone.
I don't use my phone. I use my old school calculator.
You might want to change your mind for this exam. Trust me on that.
Can I come in for the investigation and use it?
It's the same as the way you would use it with your other calculator. Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. In fact, since your battery's dead, I would try to use Desmos right now. There you go. So did you make your table? Did you find your 4 points? So find your 4 points from the parent function.
-2, -1.
1 and 2. One and 2. Do the test mode.
Wait, use the transformations to find f of 1 over x or?
So that's why I was asking. Because if you looked at the first step in transformations, the first step is to find 4 points get 4 points from the parent function. So if we look at this, is the parent function this or this? And what we determine is this. Because if you look at the denominator where the x is, this is not squared. This is raised to the first power. So that's why it's that. So we got to get 4 points from this function. Because here, let me bring you back to transformation. Remember this problem right here? Because see the squared, the parentheses squared? So the parent function is x squared. So we found 4 points from that y equals x squared, right? And then we started looking at the equation itself, right? We got 4 random x's to plug in here to find the y values, yes. Not random points for x's, yes. That's why I was suggesting -2, -1, 1, and 2.
When we're doing this on the exam, we can't just press done, I'm done, and pick another one.
No. Why don't you just stay with the graphing and stay with that?
Because then you don't have as many options.
You have all the same options. Tell me what you can't do. You do it everything exactly the same way.
So this isn't like,
Everything you can do here, it can do the same.
so we can put in figure out our graphing.
All right, now write your 4 points out, and let's start this. What am I doing first? Well, you got your 4 points, which is -2, -1/2, -1, -1, 1, 1, and 2, 1/2, right?
Oh, you're doing okay, my bad. I thought you were saying the y. No, you're doing x and y.
Yep. X, y's, right?
Do I just do 1 over x for the equation, or do I do the...
1 over x.
Okay.
So that's why I said -2, -1/2, -1, -1, because -1 divided by 1 is -1, right? 1, 1, and 2, 1/2.
And then we're going to graph that right now.
Well, what do we do first here? Do we plus 4 first? What do we do first? We got to deal with the 3. Is it adding 3 or subtracting 3? Is it? We have to add 3 to the x value because it's really inside the parentheses.
Aren't you putting it into the parentheses?
And everything inside the parentheses is? Opposite.
So if you,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna be on the test.
It's on the review.
Where do we find our notes? What's the number in 3.1?
3.1. So I got first add 3 to the x value because what does that do? Shift it to the right 3 units. And then I add 4 to the y value. Aw, dang it. So you guys should see this. Yep. So if you look at the solid black line, that is the parent function, and the dotted blue line is the transformed function. So if you take any dot, let's say -1, -1, go right 3, go up 4. Boom. Mm-hmm.
So the black at the top are the 2 black ones in the graphing.
Yes, this is this, the parent function. The blue is everything that we did here. The red? Oh, 1 over x squared? Well, we know it's not 1 over x squared because if it was 1 over x squared, then it would be this squared. You'll see that this is squared. Then you would use that one. But because it's not squared, that's why you would use 1 over x. Okay? You use the parent function of 1 over x squared, and then you would do that for the 1 over x squared. What's the matter?
I need to get back to my notes because how did you get 7 over 2?
Well, 4, we're adding fractions, right? This is -1/2. 4 with a denominator of 2 would be 8 halves, right? Because 8 divided by 2 would give you 4. True? So what's 8 minus 1? Keep the denominator.
What was the helpful thing that we did in the notes to remember how to add?
Get me to the calculator, please.
Oh, on Desmos?
Okay. Start practice. You want -1 divided by 2.
Well, that's how you do it.
And we're going to add 4 plus 4. Make it a fraction. Oop, fraction. Hey, look at that.
Oh, it would do so much better on tests.
Look at that. Not fraction? Fraction.
So how you do a fraction is you do divide it.
Yes, because fraction is just a division, right? All right. Does anybody want to share how they would do this on the exam? We can. We can. Does anybody have any input on how they would do this on the exam? I know how I would do it on the exam, but I'm not sharing that. But if you guys want to share with each other, you're welcome to share that with each other.
I would have just taken like
What do you mean done it in your head? It will give you the original graph in solid, yes, and the data will be. So so this is what she's saying. She's saying in the choices, the solid line is going to be the parent function. And so in her mind, she's going to shift it right 3, up 4, and she'll say, that is the graph that I need to choose. So that's how she would do it. Anybody else have a different idea? It's so amazing to me that we have so much stuff, so much resources, and you guys don't use it. But you can't use it on the test. So that's what I'm saying. She's biting her tongue because she knows what I'm hinting at. But all right, we'll just leave it alone. We'll go back to this. I'm not hinting at anything, but she knows what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to let you guys share, but I'm trying to let you guys share, but you guys aren't sharing. So here we go. All right. So there was a question about circles. So let's do number 8. Let's find the center and the radius of this circle. Maybe. But Desmos, stink, It's awful. It's the worst calculator ever. You should try this one here. It works way better.
It's dead.
I know. Oh, some people would say that to me. They're like, oh, I got 3% on my phone. I'm like, and what do you want from me? That's on you. You're like,
It's funny, this was one of mine, my sisters, and I was gonna buy one, but why buy one?
but that's why I said to you guys on day 1. But why would we listen to Chan? Chan's all about being against us, But let's do the problem, though. Let's do this problem at least. So we at least know how to do the problem in case of our phone battery dies. Right? It happens. Yep, and freak out because they can't graph it anymore. She's going to make a paper bag. So we don't hyperventilate.
I got it right. I know.
That's awesome, though. Perfect. That's fine. I'm good. Yep. Yeah. Well, show her the work of how you got,
Okay, yeah.
like how you got the 3 and you got the 9 to add to both sides. You know what I'm saying? Is doing review class this way better?
Yes.
Did you want to think about it? You don't know. You don't think it's better?
It's like I still have to study a hell of a lot. It's still
But if you would have started since last Tuesday,
since last Tuesday.
because it was open last Tuesday.
You opened it Tuesday for us?
Tuesday night at 6 p.m.
Oh, I thought it's Wednesday.
To everybody. Tuesday night at 6 p.m. But it's all right. I mean, even if you start on Wednesday, you still will have 6 days into it by today, right?
Wait, could you? Oh, wait. I can get rid of the y squared.
So remember what you did. Our first thing we did was we got rid of the c and we grouped the x's together, grouped the y's together, so that we can find the new c for x, a new c for y, and add them to both sides. Remember that? Because we wanted a quantity squared plus a quantity squared equal to the radius squared. That's your radius squared.
I need to find all these notes. YouTube is my friend. In the news office, I don't remember.
So home page. Oh, that's quadratic functions. So it's from exam 2. Oops, I think I clicked the wrong one.
I can explain it to you.
So that means it's got to be in here. See, these are all the live lectures.
So that was the transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, this is from this.
Mm-hmm. So essentially, most of this you're going to find. So here's exam 3, right? So week 8, week 9. If you go to week, oops. If you go to week 8, you have a live lecture there, live lecture there. So look at those two. See, like, look at this and say, okay, do I understand any of this? If you do, great. If you don't, then you want to also watch the video. Then you look at that, do the same thing. There's circles, right? So essentially, you only need to watch 4 videos. I'm sure. So we should have got a center of, what do you got? -3, -4, you said? Yep, and a radius of 4. Any questions? Do I have any questions back there? Okay. Are you okay? There's a reason I have an iPad. Understood. Understood. All right, let's see here. You want 4? All right, let's look at 4. The first equation is what? Equation of a what? Circle. Because x is squared, y is squared. That's why it's a circle. Center is at 0, 0, and the radius is 8. Is it shaded on the inside or the outside? Okay, so if you look at this circle, if the center is at 0, 0, right, and the radius is 8, that means 0, 0 is on the inside, right? So if I plug in 0, 0 in here, 0 squared plus 0 squared, is that less than 64? Yes. So if the center of the circle says yes, that means you shade the inside of the circle because that 0, 0 is inside the circle. Does that make sense? That is a line, a diagonal line. So I want to get y by itself. Slope is negative 1. Y-intercept is 1. So 0, 1 is my y-intercept. I go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Do I shade to the left or to the right? You would want to pick a test point. Now, there are some teachers that teach it based on the sign. I don't like the sign. I don't like teach it based on the sign. So the y-intercept is 1. It's down 1, right 1, so it's going to go this way. So it doesn't cross 0, 0. So I can use 0, 0. 0 plus 0, is that greater than 1? No. So that means if the line is this way, that means I want to shade this side. Because this says no.
So you're shading inside the circle.
Correct. Inside the circle in this direction of that line.
That's how it'll pop up as an answer.
Yep. It'd be like a partial slice of an orange.
I'm not sure what question it is on like the one that you have, but on like the computer one, you know what I mean?
The quiz.
If you look at, it's 23. I keep getting it wrong, but I don't know why.
Where's 23?
It's up here. Whatever we're done with this.
So how do you know that the y-intercept is 0, comma 1?
Because if we get y by itself, when you subtract the x over, so it'll be negative x plus 1, which is a slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b.
How do you get plus x? Or you get minus x, 1 minus.
Because I got to subtract the x over, right? So wouldn't it be y equals negative x plus 1? So if I got y equals mx plus b, the m would be negative 1. Because the mx, so write it down. Y equals negative x plus 1. And then write down y equals mx plus b underneath it. So what's b? That's a y-intercept, 0, 1. And what's the m? What's the number in front of x? Which is negative 1, right? So the slope is negative 1, so down 1, right 1. So the other question that was being asked is this one here. Okay, where's my center? 2, 3. So 2, 3. What's my radius? 2. So 2, 2, 2. So here's my circle. Do I shade? Oh. Oh, this is not the problem. That's not. There's no shading there.
Wait, graph the equation. So center 2, 3, and then
Radius is 4. So just go left 2, right 2, up 2, down 2, and then draw your circle. I know which one you're talking about. I just.
plug that into decimals.
You type in exactly the way you would type into your calculator. There's no difference. It's like saying, it's like, how about this? How about if I put it this? What kind of car do you drive right now? A Volkswagen. Okay. So let's say someone goes, you know what? I want to buy you a new car. I want to buy you a G-Wagon. Would you be like, oh no, I can't take it because I wouldn't know how to drive a G-Wagon. I better learn how to drive a G-Wagon before I do that. Is that what you're going to say? Or you're going to be like, driving, you idiot.
600 horsepower, baby.
That's what I would say. I would like, I'll take care of trying out the G-Wagon. So when anybody give you a G-Wagon, guess what? I'll help you drive it for the first year until you really learn how to drive a G-Wagon. Okay? And then you can have the G-Wagon. After that, the way I drive, your first year, probably about 40,000 miles will be on it. Because my Lexus right now has, I think, 75. And I don't think I've had it for 2 years yet. Maybe about 2 years. So I drive a lot. All right, so where's the center? Negative 3, 4. Okay, negative 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's my radius? 3. So right 3, left 3, up 3, down 3. So hold on. Yeah. Okay, there's my circle, yes? Okay, so can I test 0, 0? Is 0, 0 on any of that line? No. So here's 0, 0, right? Is 0, 0 outside the circle or inside the circle? Outside, awesome. So I'm plugging 0 in there. What's 0 plus 3? Squared? 9. What's 0 minus 4? Squared? 16. So is 9 plus 16 greater than 9? Yes. So I would shade outside the circle. It is true. But 0, 0 is outside the circle or inside the circle? So in other words, when you went to 0, 0 and said, hey, am I on your team? They said yes. And you're outside the circle, so therefore I am with you. Oh, wow. Yeah, Desmo is so hard to use. That's like driving a G-Wagon. Yes, in theory, the average amount of time that people would take on this exam is anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. Now, you guys are very lucky because probably about a year from now, they won't be able to use a graphing calculator. Go back to work? Wow, class really did fly by. I think the reason is because it doesn't transfer over to FGCU as well, because if anybody was to take this course at FGCU, it'll only be a scientific calculator or even for functioning. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this was worth it, that we should do review it this way all the time.
I'm gonna lie, class was horrible today.
That's what I thought too. Have fun at work. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a wonderful, blessed day. Please be safe. Love you guys. See you guys on Thursday for the exam. Later.